We're live now. There we go. We are live. All right, we're on. We're moving here. How's everybody doing this Thursday evening? Can't believe it's already Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. The week is just rolling right on by, and I am in the final countdown for the day. Just got off a 2-hour seminar or webinar teaching a tool to utilize in my real estate investing. And I decided to use the title for today, "Oh, the Possibilities," because it really opens up in the side of, I assist this particular group, real estate investing group, with teaching the software that's offered in that particular group. And and we're all investors, we're all individually investing, doing different types of real estate. For example, my wife and I are mostly interested in multifamily, so we have some positions in a multifamily real estate at the moment, real estate fund or investment set of investment properties, and that is not residential but commercial. And then there are individuals who are more focused on single family and whatever else. So the idea behind that is opening up your mind to the possibilities of what bringing in additional income through a vehicle of real estating would do. Or we also have a marketing opportunity where our contractors make anywhere between $330 to $3,500 per sale initially coming into the programming or into the contracted marketing position, the opportunity. And there is opportunities, there are possibilities, and I really like that. I really like that idea, and I'm just piggybacking off of that line of portion of work. It's not my main business, but it is very much so a portion of what we provide here at Project Fresh. And by the way, if you're new to the show, my name is Ryan Sanders. I am the owner, creator, founder. Eventually, when we move into a corporation, I'll be the CEO of Project Fresh. Fresh stands for fitness and finances, recreation and relationships, education in the areas of those of establishing more streams of income, of learning how to budget your finances for success in your finances. There's a lot of education out there that's very valuable. The build and knowledge will help you to be more aware of the possibilities and also more successful in moving towards your lifestyle goals, obtaining those lifestyle gains that we talk about on the channel. S stands for sanctity, that's soul and spiritual health, and H is the overflow category, the overall health. So I was just in that 2-hour piece, training, basically an interactive coaching training. Much like this, I really prefer anything that I can do that's interactive and open up the door for questions. And so here we are. And with possibilities, you know what's interesting? I was going to share a little bit today about some of the coaching that I'm doing because the life experience that I've had, and I think it'd be the same for everybody, is that there are certain things that I was exposed to as a child with my parents, with the environment that I was living in, with the schools I went to. And we might, each of us, share similarities in our upbringing, our environment, and how we are cultured. But ultimately, that proves to be the programming, or, and maybe in a different way stated, our way in which we relate with other people, how we go about living our lives based on those formative years, maybe upwards of 18 to 22, or maybe even a little bit more. And with that being said, without realizing it sometimes, that way in which we relate to people can come to a head at some point in time. So we're getting into relationships, or it can get to a point, come to a head in our own lives where it may start to show up as sabotage, or it may start to show up as preventing us from having the success that we want to. The events that shaped us might come with the package of emotions and feelings that are very deep. And if those emotions and feelings haven't been felt out in the course of how we're designed for those to be felt out, we may be putting ourselves in positions to relive those moments from the past that would duplicate or recreate those feelings and emotions, possibly unknowingly. And that's where I'm at right now. And I like to be transparent about what I'm doing as a coach and what I'm exploring and what I'm working on, because I want all of my clients and prospective clients to know that although we are in a coaching position, or although we're in a position of providing services and products to you, our clients or potential clients, we may come together and decide that it's time to get you going and started on whatever your ideal lifestyle is, which building that up would be able to take that success and pour it into your life essentially. We are doing the same. There are aspects of my lifestyle, of those around me, that are being worked on or not necessarily desirable at this point, that need improvement, that need shifts, that need changes, and that requires work for us too. And I am recently in a new coaching, or I should say mentorship position, with a spiritual leader, and I'm actually looking at some homework I have, and the depth of it is pretty tough, but it's the work that needs to be done so that I can continue to progress and move into the lifestyle by design, the vocation by design, the life I feel I was created to live and to be, the work that I was to do, the way in which I relate with people, and how I'm called into that. And the questions that I'm working on right now for this assignment are: what is the greatest hurt of your life? What is your greatest fear? And what is your greatest hope, or the greatest thing tugging at your heart? I've got a few notes so far, but that's what I'm currently working on. So I share that because, like I said, I wanted to give some perspective to what I'm currently working on. And I just realized that my mic is not exactly in place here. I didn't have it on my shirt yet. I jumped right in here. So hopefully that's a little bit better as far as sound quality. Hopefully you guys are hearing me just a tad bit more than you were before. But yeah, that is what we do. We not only are coaching in that regard, but also making sure that we're continuing to push that bar, that ceiling a little bit higher every day, make the best of it every day, because we only have today. Coach who I just finished with, who is a addiction and success coach, said it in one of his live streams recently, that we can only do the best we can for today. And there are great possibilities out there for us, whatever it may be that we're looking to achieve or obtain or complete in our objectives or our goals. We could keep it as simple as fitness, nutrition, accountability, or we could get fully expansive in all the aspects and areas of lifestyle. Whatever it may be, that requires doing the best you can every day. And as you continue to push those bars and open up your mind to learning and becoming more aware of self, the possibilities that can come from it. And it is truly the case. I may not have lived as long as others yet. I'm still a younger guy. But with the life that I have lived so far, I've realized that when I push myself and I open myself up to a position of humility and deeper understanding, awareness of self, it really can make a difference. And it's not an easy thing by any means, because I was talking about this last night. There's that tendency to want to have life exactly the way you want to have it. But sometimes it's just not going to work that way. For example, nothing in life is free. Someone's got to pay for it. Well, okay, someone's got to pay for it. For example, our programming, someone's got to pay for it. It's a product and a service that has a monetary figure associated with it. However, it comes down to very simply deciding, is it time for you to get started? Is it time for you to get going, or is it not? It's, is the value in question? Perhaps. Maybe the value isn't that great. That's fine. It may not be. But at the end of the day, I say all this to say that if you're truly seeking change, if you're truly seeking to push the bar, which is what we're about, then you're in the right place. You're going to get encouraged. You're going to get motivated. You're going to have questions come your way. We do our best, and this is a skill set we're working in, but ultimately, we want you to think deeply. We want you to feel deeply. We want you to really dig in and see what's inside, because we believe here at Project Fresh, all the things that you need to be successful in your life, whatever it may be. Maybe a spouse, maybe an employee, maybe an entrepreneur, maybe it's with your health, maybe it's with a relationship, a parent or a sibling or a child or someone else, a friend. Whatever it is that you're looking to be successful in, there is a depth that you have to pursue. There is a going deeper, a working harder, a digging process, a season where, like I like how Gary Vee says it, there are times where you're in the dirt and you're working on what's literally right in front of you, the nitty gritty, the not so fun, hard work. And then there's some times where you're in the clouds. Okay, you're up at that 10,000 feet view, that 10,000 foot elevation view, looking down, seeing the grand picture in a dream mode. You're loving what you're seeing. The possibilities are massive, and you're like, all right, here's my kingdom, here's my space. This is my realm that I'm going to operate in, and I can't wait to get started in it. Once you have that view, come back down and get back to work. And that requires time, that requires energy, that requires your treasure, that requires a lot of different things. And all I can tell you is when you're dedicated and when you jump into it and you're ready to go, it's so worth it. So I just share all that to say that you guys, I need you to know that we're working on things too. There are some things that I'm getting hit with right now that's right in my face, and I'm struggling with it. I am struggling with it, and I'll be honest with you, there are days where I just want to quit and give it up. I don't want to deal anymore. I'm done. I feel over it. I feel like it's a battle that's been lived for too long. It's time to just let the rest of the air out and move on, kind of a situation. You guys may be familiar with that feeling. But I also know the visual image that comes up a lot in the entrepreneurial circles that I've been in is some of the old Western stories of people who moved across the country to search for gold and other valuable minerals, and stories of different immigrants who took their whole life savings to buy big machines to mine and drill for some of these valuable items like gold. And they would go and day after day, week after week, month after month, they would mine and mine and mine. And they'd find a little bit, maybe just enough to pay their expenses off. Just enough. After they'd given their life, their money, their everything to it, they had basically hit rock bottom. There was nothing left, and they gave up. And as funny as other people, other entrepreneurs, other people who were looking for opportunity, they would go in after them back into those same shafts, those drill spots, and they would drill or mine, and just that vein of gold, that vein of precious metal, whatever it is, or ruby, or not rubies, gems, or whatever it would literally be just a few feet away. Or maybe that same individual just kept trying and kept going and kept fighting after it. And they went back to their old drilling spots, their old mining spots, and they found out that they were literally maybe 5 feet out and a few feet up from a vein of gold, and they struck it hard, and everything was worth it in the end. And I'm talking maybe years of work. I like those kinds of stories because it reminds us that the struggles that we're facing right now don't necessarily, or those particular struggles don't necessarily have to go with us our whole life. There are struggles that are current to the moment, challenges, distractions, current to the moment, that are there for a reason, to develop us, to grow us, to put the pressure and the heat on, to move us into that design that I talked about before, that designed the life that we were designed for, that we were meant for. The pressure and the heat to require the beautiful gem that you are, the beautiful, let's say, gold that you are, however you want to visualize that, the fact that you're precious metal, you're a precious gem, you're a person of value. Everybody is a person of value. That pressure, that heat, that forming process is required. And that's why we experience the challenges that we do, because it draws us out. It draws out what could be the possibilities. I don't know. I just like that. It's just a cool analogy. It's something that's really, I think, at the end of the day, encouraging. Your glass could be half full, it could be half empty, but it's still got water in it. And if there's water in it, you got something going on. Drink that water, filter it, do whatever you got to do to make the best of it. Half full, half empty, it's still, the water is still there. So, or maybe milk or Kool-Aid or whatever you're drinking. Point is that the possibility is there. It requires humility. It requires patience. It requires a lot of things. And, like I said, some of the challenges I'm working on right now, definitely don't want to do it. I'm not feeling humble. I'm not feeling the challenge. I'll be honest with you guys. I just want to be real. There are going to be times when I want to share this with you guys. I'm just not feeling it. It's something that's been a long time, or maybe even a shorter period of time that's been dealt with. And it's like, I'm over it. I'm done. I absolutely just don't want to hang in there anymore. But I found with those kind of situations in life, hanging in there anyway, even when there may not seem to be any initial reward or anything that is of value right in front, the ability to stick with it unless you assess that it absolutely is not something that's going to pan out well for you, build you, develop you, grow you. Maybe it is a situation that you do need to move out of. I'm not saying that's the case for every scenario, but the times where you find out that it is for you, even though it's hard, it is worth hanging in there. I just saw this interview from one of the Apple creators. In this case, it was, oh my goodness, why am I spacing his name? Maybe it's been a long day. Steve Jobs. Very fascinating. It was on Instagram, and it was an interview where he was talking about the difficulty of what he did as an entrepreneur and all the work that was centered around creating Apple. I'm talking to you on an Apple device right now. So without his due diligence and the partners that he started Apple with, this product that I'm speaking to you on would most likely not be here, or maybe some iteration of it perhaps, but not this, not as I'm experiencing it and speaking to you on it. It would not exist. And he was saying that, the work we do is extremely difficult. It is so hard. It's not for everyone, that kind of thing. And he was saying that also what was interesting is that, all the different challenges that he faced, he kept pushing. He kept going. He kept plugging in no matter what. And obviously, you might have all the haters, you might have all the naysayers, you might have all of the challenges that would happen in your own life. And we know that he battled with cancer and ultimately lost that battle to it. But he kept hanging in there. He kept fighting. He had a vision and a dream that was just bigger than himself, and he did whatever it took to get there. There is great value in that. And it doesn't have to be an Apple computer, Apple company experience. It could be your relationship with others. It could be being the best parent, being the best son or daughter, being the best spouse, being the best employee, being the best business owner, the best friend, whatever it might be. Just doing the best in whatever you feel called to. We all have different gifts and callings and purposes in life, things that we attract to. All of it requires work. There's nothing that's not worth. There's nothing that has value that does not require at least some work to have success in it. I don't think there's anything in life that comes easy. Your skills and your talents may allow it to be an easy process for some time, but we know skill trumps talent. That has been a topic that's been really big lately with regards to Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and LeBron, and the ongoing, always going argument or conversation around who's the GOAT, who's the greatest of all time in basketball. And you have all the different reasons why, but we know that ultimately skill and a refined skill will trump talent any day. All right, so I've been on one here. It's been 20 minutes. I haven't seen any questions go through, but I want to make sure that I always reiterate the reason why we're here. It's not to just sit here and listen to me to say whatever comes to my mind. I do have a different topic that I like to cover every evening, but in the event that someone has a question that they want to address on the spot, and leave that in the chat. I'll address it right off the top. Anything with regards to our model, I use that as a kind of an invitation: fitness, finances, recreation, relationship, education, sanctity, health. Our primaries for this group right now that we're focusing on is fitness, nutrition, and accountability. Our primary product, our platform product, is our 6-week transformation program with the design and guarantee to help you or assist you in losing weight, burning body fat, toning up, building muscle, and creating a foundation for you to build the ideal tower, or what we would say would be your ideal or goal body. And that's not just centered around weight. In fact, the number on the scale is, I would say, a second or even maybe third parameter to focus on. It's going to be more, we focus, for example, on transforming the body in 3 areas: how you feel, how you look, and how your body performs, because we're looking for having the best quality of lifestyle day after day. So we work on getting you a good solid day, and then we work on getting as many of those days strung together as possible. And by that, you will be impacted. You'll be able to impact your life, okay, in the way that you want to, which would bring joy and happiness and a life of excitement, something to look forward to on a regular basis. And through that, that's going to have an impact on the relationships around you, family and friends, people at work, whatever it may be. And that is, I think, what we all ultimately desire, is to have that byproduct of joy, the happiness, right? Happiness is based on happenings. So if your happenings changes, then most likely the happiness does too, or goes away. However, joy is something that you can have in any season. Everything's going to hell right now, it feels like. Politics, this virus, fires, hurricanes, earthquakes, all kinds of crazy stuff that we just did not experience in 2019, or at least not to this level, or at this compounded, situation, it feels like. The economy's all jacked up, all these different things. In this moment, in this season of confusion, challenge, trials, tribulations, you can have pure joy. You can have pure joy. I do believe that. The author and perfecter of joy, Jesus Christ, demonstrated that fully in his mission in life, in his vocation and purpose, for the joy that was set before him at the cross, the work that he was called to do, to die for all of us who believe in him, to give his body and his life that we may live if we believe in him. He had an ultimate joy. Did he want to die? No. He was sweating droplets of blood before being arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane. He was sweating droplets of blood. Can you just imagine that? Big droplets of blood coming off your forehead. Like, you haven't been cut, but because of the amount of stress and tension and anxiety and everything that he was experiencing, he was literally perspirating blood. That's crazy. Like, that's an amazing, large, huge, colossal amount of stress and anxiety. Have you, by chance, sweat droplets of blood before? I haven't, other than maybe being cut and sweating, collectively together, but not droplets of blood by themselves. That's a high level thing. But for the joy that was set before him, the mission, the purpose, the goal, the overall mission he had, all based out of love, he moved forward. He set himself forward towards the cross. He bared it. He died on it. He rose on the third day. And for those of us who believe in him, we are blessed in that and can share in that joy, that peace, and that love as well. And that's just an example that came to my mind. Ultimately, whatever your mission is, whatever you're seeking for, there is going to be trials and tribulations along the way. But in the same sense, the joy that's set before you, the potential joy that comes with taking that hard journey, is very real. And I encourage you to really take the time to get into it, into whatever that journey is, if you aren't already doing so now, so that you can experience that joy and the byproduct of it, happiness. Definitely. So what else we focus on here at Project Fresh? We have our 3 packages that we've significantly discounted to get access to. Now, they're group
buy-in. It's a group buy-in format where we will select a winner on that full group. I think what I might do is do an audible for you guys as a surprise at the end of the month. We might do it in the last 5 days if we don't have an interest, because we do want to connect people our to our products and services so that they can have an opportunity to get started in their transformations. And we have a lot of people we talk to, and we do just on a weekly basis with ads. I'll have anywhere between maybe 75 to 150 people respond to our ads. And of those, typically about 50%, at least 50% schedule call. Now, not everybody shows up, but I'm on the phone with at least 2 people a day, 2 people I haven't met before. And I just want to let you know, 2 to 5 people, so that's anywhere between 10 and 25, 30 people a week that I'm going to be exposing to this channel and letting them know that this is an option that they can come to and get those questions answered, get those challenges answered that they called in for in an interactive way. That means they're also going to have access to the 3 custom packages we have available. So if you've been looking at those and you're ready to go, let me know. Like, I want to get in there now, because once they're filled up, they're full. And not only that, they're one-time a piece, or I should say a one-time a month situation. I'm going to be changing it every month. Maybe the packages, maybe what we decide to do for the month. I actually have a particular goal or challenge in mind for next month, for November, for Thanksgiving, that we're going to do. I'm really looking forward to it. I will give you the details when we get closer. Probably the 30th is when I'll announce what we're doing for November, and then get into it the following week. Because the 30th will be our final broadcast for the month of October, and we'll be in this an entire month, which is exciting. We started the last week of September. I believe it was the last week of September, because this is week 4 now. So that being said, we have a lot available for you guys, and we want to start giving you opportunities to start working with us. Okay, and maybe this is a video that you're not seeing live, but you happen to come back to it in the future. This is our intent, and this is what we're going to be sticking with all the way through. We're going to keep our broadcast 30 minutes every night, 7 p.m. every night, including Mondays. Now there is no more shift to 6 p.m. on Monday nights, and we're going to get into those packages. So remember, the small package is our 30-minute call. We're going to be covering your goals. We're going to be covering your current challenges or obstacles that are getting in your way from having the success that you desire and deserve. We're going to be doing a 30 and 90-day game plan with you as well in that 30-minute call. So that's a very valuable call. Okay. Our medium package, which this month is our spicy and spooky package, comes with some pumpkin spice. So we got the pumpkin. So I hope you pumpkin fans are out there. It is a plant-based superfood nutrition supplement that is excellent. It works on losing weight. It works on those really annoying cravings. It really assists you with the process of living a lifestyle with nutrition based on the lifestyle that you desire. Again, I speak to hundreds of people, and typically we experience the same thing, wanting to lose the weight around the midsection, or maybe the arms or the legs or glutes, feeling better, having that energy, really being able to get around your day without experiencing any ailments or challenges, and ultimately just level up and get those lifestyle gains. Now, those are a couple terms that we use here on the channel. So if you don't know what I mean by lifestyle gains or leveling up, so to speak, that's kind of more of a video game analogy. But lifestyle gains in general is just building, expanding, compounding upon the success of building a lifestyle that you desire to build. Maybe that's living in a small town with a dog or 2, working a job that only requires 40 hours, making sure all the bills are covered, plus some extra over the top, so that you can go out on a trip on a regular basis. Or maybe it's more of the corporate grind. You're looking to ascend the corporate ladder, working the 70 to 80 hours, making great money, and looking to establish a legacy for yourself or family, or maybe an investment of some kind that you really desire to have. That is a lifestyle as well, and that requires work to support that as well. So wherever you fall on the spectrum or other, we're here to support you in that lifestyle so that you can have the absolute best. Our large package to finish up tonight's live stream is our 6-week pilot program, our 6-week transformation with a guarantee as well. And that one covers fitness, nutrition, and accountability. And we keep it as simple as possible for you, so you can get to the rest of your day and focus on the other things that matter just as much to you as building that life that you desire and deserve. So this is Ryan with Project Fresh. We've covered our 30 minutes. I don't see any questions in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap us up for the evening. We'll be here again tomorrow night, 7 p.m. to finish out the week, our 4th week. I can't believe it. We're going to be getting into a month here soon, and we're just excited that we're able to continue going with this and able to make things happen. I have a 7:30 promise from my wife, so I'm going to go ahead and close it out for my day. But I hope you all have an amazing rest of your evening and a happy early Friday to you for tomorrow. We'll see you guys tomorrow evening, and do take care of yourself. Stay safe out there is what I'm trying to say. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care.